right. Here we are once again. I don't know why she's pissed. I'm not upset. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be here once again. We're going to be continuing our playthrough of Halo Combat Evolved, Halo 1, whatever you want to call it. We've gotten to the harder last half of the game library into Keys, I think, is the next one after this, into Two Betrayals, and then finally the Maw. I'm hoping to finish off the game in this stream. I had intended to actually play it last night. I wanted to continue my playthrough so that I can get on to Halo 2, and then of course after Halo 2 we're going to be finishing 3 and reach. I'm basically just going to go through the entire Master Chief collection. But it just wasn't. It didn't work out last night. I did other things. I watched. We went through just a nostalgia romp of DreamWorks movies. My sister and we watched The Prince of Egypt first, and then they put all the Shreks on Netflix. So why not? We were already on Netflix. We watched Shrek 2. We watched Shrek the first few days prior. That's the first animated movie of its kind to get like an Academy Award. I'm pretty sure Beauty and the Beast was nominated, but I don't know if it won. Big deal for Shrek. Yeah. Good movie. Shrek 2 is, I think, legitimately one of the best animated comedies of all time. I'm yapping a lot about stuff that does not matter. Let's play the Ding Ding video game, right? Let's just enjoy the Ding Ding video game. This level's not exactly what I would refer to as easy. I mean, it's infamous. Everybody knows it. I have flashlight on X. I keep complaining about it. I will continue to do so. You have the first instance of these carrier forms. I think it's crazy that in 3 they stuff these guys full, but in 3 I think the actual infection forms, they pop so much easier than they do in even, like, in 2 they don't pop really at all. In 1 it's quite a bit of joy to shoot one and watch a bunch pop like popcorn. I mean, that's what they're lovingly referred to, I think, in quite a few instances. I'm almost already out of AR ammo. They just don't like you in this mission. They don't want you to have fun. They want you to suffer until you die. Ooh, that's probably what I'm going to switch to. Oh, wow. Yeah. If I don't immediately die. I went gung-ho in there. And I paid for my hubris. Okay. Pulling really far back to not get... Yep. And it's so dark in here. I can recite the litany of misery as well as anyone. Like, honestly, everybody knows the library is the hardest level in the first Halo game. Everybody already knows. You know what it kind of reminds me of? It's kind of like how it's way brighter in the remastered graphics. There's a reason to play in the remastered graphics so that you can actually see where you're going, right? No, so yeah, there's all my blood. It reminds me of the last half of the first Dark Souls game, where everybody speaks so highly of the first Dark Souls game up until a point, right? It's very similar to the first Halo game. Everybody has wonderful things to say up until... the 343 Guilty Spark and the library mission. Sorry, I had to turn my brain on for a second to hit those little guys with my pistol. More carrier forms. They just love throwing them. I think they explode with a force similar to the frag grenade in this game. I remember rating that. I don't know. It would make sense. I think they're decent enemies. They're perfectly fine. The Juggernaut is designed similarly to them. It's kind of unfortunate that the Juggernaut never really got to participate in it. Like, I think canonically it exists, but it doesn't exist in any game except as cut content. Yeah. Oh, how did I miss? Skinny little thing. I think, like, one of the major questions for the Halo series moving forwards is, do the Flood have a place in the story and in the games anymore? Because, oh, hello. That is one of the problems with carrier forms, is that they have the ability to explode grenades like anything else. It's like, do they have a place in the series moving forward now? They haven't... Their story is done, practically. And I mean, as long as they exist... As long as they exist, there will always be the possibility of them coming back and causing problems. But, like, is that fun? Have we already done it? Is it overplayed, right? I don't know. As of right now, they still haven't had any reason to add them, but without, like, that cosmic horror, right, the before. A lot of what made Halo genuinely so interesting and wonderful was that mystery to it, right? The idea of the precursors and the forerunners and the Flood, these ancient enemies that are older than even the Covenant. Humanity's not alone in a really bad way, right? But it's kind of been solved. The forerunners are solved. The Flood is solved. The precursors are solved. Where else are you supposed to get that memory or that mystery that is so important to the Halo series? And I think that's one of the many reasons that the series is struggling right now. Just can't get that cultural relevance that it used to have. Not that everything needs to be some, like, unending dynasty. If Halo ended at Halo 3, it's not like it would be the worst thing in the world, right? But everything has to go on forever.
The security doors have sealed automatically. I will go access the override to open them.
Open up the door. I need a health pack. We got a bunch of infection forms over here. I have to say that my knowledge of these levels goes down sharply, because I too stopped playing after Assault on a Control Room as a young lad. There was nothing for me past these times. Nothing but suffering, nothing but pain. Aww, I missed the little guy.
You brought such ineffective weapons to combat the Flood.
I do remember this part of the novel quite clearly, though. Hello. Please don't blow up on me. These are the weapons I'm using. And we'll continue to use for just about every single Flood mission until we get to the point where we're fighting Sentinels. Because, good lord, those guys don't, like, they do not go down due to kinetic weaponry.
They consume all. You can see how the body has been transformed by the genetic expression of the Flood protection. The small creatures carry spores that cause a host to mutate. The mutated host then produces spores that can pass the Flood to others. It is insidious. As long as its hosts remain, the Flood is virulent.
How wonderful. The Flood is a really good name for, like, alien monster creature. It's got a little bit more, like, oomph to it than, say, like, The Thing. But similar type of creature. Yeah, I'm gonna pull back and let them follow me. Woo! Dodge that needle. The needles in this game go so slow. I don't know if anybody has played Remastis, but the Snarks, or whatever they're called, where they travel along the ground. Good lord. You can turn an entire room into, like, the floor is lava, because the entire floor is just covered in those bouncing... I think that's a Half-Life reference, though, right? There's a shooter I straight up did not play. I probably would have loved it, but I didn't really have access to a PC growing up. PC gaming was not my... I was very much an Xbox console gamer. I had a Nintendo 64, I guess. I never got a hold of the GameCube. So a lot of the games that people have nostalgia for on the GameCube, I never touched. I was not a Wind Waker kid. I was a Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time kid. I'm sure it was good, though. That's maybe a game... I love Zelda. That would be a good game to, like, do a first-time playthrough, like, of. I think. People might have fun with that idea. I don't know. I mean, that might be more of a thing that happens when I have more than, like, one consistent viewer. Because it's like... part of the fun of a first-time playthrough of any game that came out 20, 30 years ago is to have all the people in the audience getting mad at the fact that you can't play it the way they do. That's part of the joy, is it not? Ooh, overshield. But I do want to eventually play Zelda on here. I like my retro games. I like... It's always hurtful to say the games of your childhood are retro, but I like my retro games. Let me tell you, I've one of the YouTube series that I go back to every now and then to relive nostalgia. Nintendo Capri Sun, playing through all of Majora's Mask and all of Ocarina of Time. That was back on YouTube when you could only have like 10-minute long videos. So I love going back and like listening to him talk about like, oh, you know, I gotta do this quickly. I don't know if I'm gonna have to put this in the next video, stuff like that, because he only 10 minutes are allowed. Yeah, the Let's Play meta of YouTube era was certainly like it's crazy to see who has survived from that era, right? We have, of course, Markiplier and Jacksepticeye as huge names from that are... Oh no! I did something stupid. That's what I get for just like turning around and not even paying attention. I thought the glass was still there, but you can clearly hear it shattering. I was too busy talking about Jacksepticeye to pay attention to my surroundings. I think that means that someone's shooting me with a shotgun. That white flash, because the red flash is the assault rifle. Oh, Hermish. But other huge names of the Let's Play era. No. They've done bad things. As is wont to have happen to prominent YouTubers. But even, like, I don't know what Jacksepticeye has been up to, honestly. I'm sure it's wonderful things. But I know that Markiplier is trying to get into, like, entertainment industry proper, like TV shows and stuff like that. And I wish the best for him. There's only so many years straight that you can play internet funnies for the children, right? But I really do hope that he gets to move on with that. But I was never like a super big Markiplier fan. There are a couple series of his that I hold close and near to my heart, but I was never like a Five Nights at Freddy's. When did the first one come out? I have no clue when the first Five Nights at Freddy's came out. It just wasn't it's not something that's ever attracted me, interested me, moved me, Bob. It never moved me. You can have that. Yeah, there's throwing some stuff behind me, so let me get rid of those while I can. Yeah, already a dead sentinel. They're not invincible, that's for sure. I do love their design, though. I adore the way sentinels look. Kind of cute in a horrifying kind of way. Bungie knocked it out of the park with their designs in this ding-dang video game. I wonder why orange. Orang. This is very reminiscent of the way that it looks like in Halo 2. Like the Sacred Icon level. Looks like that in a lot of places. I'm sure there's someone who is much smarter and much more inclined to do so, to have a large discussion on the evolution of Forerunner architecture throughout the Halo games and what that means for their characterization, environmental storytelling, 2-hour-long Elden Ring video about why color blue. Hey, that's something that another thing that FromSoft and Bungie might have had in common is the environmental storytelling aspects of their video game. It's I think it's one of the coolest things that a video game has, is the ability to have something like environmental storytelling. It's not something that you can, because in a movie or in a show or something that you watch, it's simply its background, its setting, but it's not something that you stumble across while actively playing it, right? Like when I walk down here and I see 2 health packs, it not only is it like level design, you need those health packs, like it's good to have those, but it could also be a story about how those got there. You know what I mean? Like this guy, there's a health pack and a dead with 2 frag grenades. How did that get there? You know, it says something about the environment. Valve does a great job with it in the Left 4 Dead games. There's a very interesting YouTube series made by Wolf Clock or something like that, where he goes into discussion about the... Really, it's just more of a compilation of what people might have said about the environments. I'm gonna go down. I knew that. I knew it. I heard that shotgun and I'm like, he's gonna get a lucky hit that lands square and just like eviscerates the last 3 parts of my health bar here. But they do a very good job of building a story simply out of, well, the environment, right? Like, we're gonna make it obvious. It's environmental storytelling. They're building a story out of the environment. There you go. But you know what I mean. There's something more to it than just placing a skeleton in a chair. Though that is also what you are allowed to do. Not to... Yeah, I'm just gonna toss a lot of grenades. Yeah, the problem is that the plasmas have a 3-second long fuse, which is a lot. I don't know how effective the assault rifle is on... No! Am I completely out of grenades? I find that hard to believe. There's gotta be... Have they destroyed? Yes, you're very dangerous. You're very scary. Oh, you didn't pop? Rude. Yeah, give me more grenades. Need grenades. I mean, we're going through it just fine. Like, I think we've died twice. Maybe thrice. That's fine. It's like, I'm not getting a deathless run of the first Halo game. I'm not a challenge runner. I'm just playing through the game for the sake of playing through the game. There are certain people you watch for their skill in said video game. I am not one of them. I was watching the first VOD I put up on YouTube, and I was pleased to see, because unfortunately I'm gonna get lost in the weeds of the analytics, right? Just because the numbers fascinate me. I can spend a lot of time staring at a graph. You know what I mean? But I was pleased with the click-through rate, that around 20% of people who had it recommended watched it, and they watched about 12 minutes. What I mean, out of 2 hours is not exactly the greatest thing in the world, but that's still 1 in 5 people decided to look at what was going on, and I feel like that first VOD is quite amateurish. I mean, all of it is going to be amateurish. I am what they say, an amateur. But it warmed the cockles of my heart, let us dare say. Okay, they're just getting back up. I much prefer the thing that they did in the second Halo game, where they don't just get back up, they have to have a infection form climb into the body. And then in the third game, they can have characters actively infected. Very good. I am also an amateur. Aren't you supposed to be, like, at a bar or something? Thanks for coming to watch. I thought you were going... I am. You're watching that? What? That's the worst thing in the world. Are you playing pinball right now? 343, open the door. In the bathroom taking a piss. I can be your piss buddy any day, my friend. I am happy to do that for you. Finished pinball. Is that going to be it for you tonight, then? Hold my hand? I'll hold anything you want, baby. Yeah, okay. I gotta ask, are you like, what is the bathroom situation over there? Is it a single person bathroom, or is it like stalls? Yes, headed to the car. Well, I hope you had fun. I'm gonna be excited to see you again tomorrow. Another show. Yeah, I'm currently in a show. This is one of my castmates. Whole thing. Yeah, so show day. It's going to be it's my last showing. My friend here has 2 more showings, because it's a double cast situation. It's very, very interesting. I've never had it happen before, but one of the worst things about being in a stage show is that you are privy to the behind the scenes, but you don't get to watch it, right? And one of the most important things about watching a stage show is watching the stage show. You don't get to watch it, you're just in it. Sure, there's joy in that, of course. I love being able to act, but sometimes I would wish to be able to watch. So this one having 2 separate casts and allowing me to watch it it's a unique situation that I appreciate quite a lot. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna go back through this tiny hallway. Yeah. Checkpoint done. That's not a bad checkpoint. I think I had full shields. I'm gonna run out of ammo on my handy-dandy pistol. Maybe I should use my shotgun more often. Okay. Yeah, there was the beginning of that glitch that I was speaking about on the last stream, where you can take this version of the shotgun and shoot, melee, reload, shoot, melee, reload, and as you lost your car. It's a nice car. You better go find it. You can shoot, melee, reload, shoot, melee, reload, and your fire rate picks up, and you basically turn the gun into a shotgun, or not a shotgun, an auto gun. I'm looking over to my motion tracker every now and then. Look at that. That's called growth. That's called growth. I asked one of my friends if they were going to come watch it. They live in a different state. But I was like, hey, my last showing is tomorrow. Are you going to come see it? And she sent back, oh my god, I totally forgot. I'm at a bar right now. I got to start driving. And I'm like, what are you talking? Don't put yourself in danger to watch my ding dang show. I love that you want to come see it, but don't, like, if you're currently inebriated, don't drive like 4 hours across state lines, please. If someone else is driving you, then please do. I would love for you to come watch my show. But who was it? I don't know if I want to say like names of people. Not like. That's why I avoided saying what state they were in. I don't know if I want to say names. I'll tell you tomorrow. I'll tell you tomorrow. No, don't tell me tomorrow. You're gonna have to wait. You're gonna have to wait. You're gonna have to be patient. I'm sorry. I got a few friends coming from across state lines to watch this show, and it's really nice because it's just a community kind of thing. It's not like I'm in a massive playhouse, but I love that people want to come see it. There's a train. Yeah, there was another train. Like I could hear it during like the final. Oh, that guy's got a rocket launcher. I could hear it during the final scene of the show. That there was a train. Yeah, you're gonna have to. I'm assuming you found your car then. If you're complaining about the trains. Walking around downtown listening to you. That's the worst thing in the world. Thank you very much. It's like those people who have like FaceTime open while you're in like the library or something. There's a lot of go forward, run back, go forward, run back, which again, that's actually a strategy you can do in Left 4 Dead. Pull all the commons, run back to a place that you know you've cleared out. Pull forward, run back, pull forward, run back. But of course, commons can spawn wherever they need to in order to screw you over. No, it's awesome. If you say so. If you say so. Hello, all of downtown. It's me. I'm playing the first Halo game. Uh-oh. Did we have internet issues? You got moderated, my friend. Your chat got flagged for language. Bezos doesn't like that. You have to watch your language. Bezos is not a fan of that. I think Bezos owns Twitch, doesn't he? Is it Amazon? Jeffrey Bezos. I don't know who owns it. I used very polite language. Knowing you, yeah, it is a lot of asterisks. I'm wondering how long of a curse word is, like a string of curse words, or are they just making up the amount of asterisks so that we don't know what curse word you used? It's Mr. Frog, friggin' in Smiling Friends. Who is this new one? What do you mean? Person? I don't know what you mean. Are you referring to I'm no longer alone? Hello. Hi. Welcome to the stream in Thafen. Thank you for popping in. Yes, person in the chat. Well, I want more people in the chat. I would love to talk to more people in the chat. It's lovely to talk to people in the chat. Oh, this level is so long. I think I still have another 2 floors or so, and I'm almost out of ammo on my pistol. I'm quite out of ammo on my pistol. Inthafen, do you know if it's Jeffrey Bezos who owns, Twitch? Good job. I'm very glad you found your car. You should probably take it and go home and then go to sleep so that you can be awake for tomorrow. Yeah. That's a shotgun, I think. That didn't go far enough. That was pretty bad. There's a lot of shotguns. By design, of course, they want you to be able to use this gun. No, you don't wanna. Yeah, I can see. Like, I'm not going to bed at a reasonable time, and I need to be up at the same time as you do, ostensibly. And I'm not going to be. I'm gonna get up when I do. I want someone to drop a pistol. I need more ammo from my pistol. Twitch is a subsidiary of Amazon, apparently. Yes, that's exactly what I had assumed. That is what I had assumed. That Mr. Bezos had his hands in it. Oh, I did that dumb. I did that bad. I walked right into that, and I did that dumb. I shot the explodey guy in the face. Yeah, there's no... I mean, a plasma rifle wouldn't be the worst thing to have, but I want ammo for my pistol. Your ammo. Oh! Bad. Bad move. I wonder what, like, the intended way to beat this level was. Like, were you supposed to just run for it during these flood events, or actually try to stay around and kill every single one? I don't know, because both seem to get you killed. Yeah, that was really unlucky. So, I love you too. Thank you for dropping by. Drive well, sleep well. I'm good. I'm glad. Right? Like, I don't know. It just warms my heart a lot that I have friends who are willing to come by and just watch me do stupid stuff. Just be dumb on the internet and watch me play a video game and yap about nothing. It's really nice. I was talking to my sister about it, where, like, the first thing, the hardest thing to do is to get your first viewer, right? And I just have a bunch of people who are nice enough to be that first viewer, be that one person in chat. It's just really, really, really... It makes me happy, right? Like, it warms me considerably. Because at least I hope I'm entertaining. I hope that I'm providing a service, because they're providing a service to me. they're supporting my endeavors and my efforts with their time. And that's the most important thing about content creating or being a streamer or doing this kind of work, entertainment, effort, is being worthy of someone's time. There's only so much time that a human being gets on this planet, and one of the best things is making that time spent better. Are we going this way? We still have to go up, I think. So, I don't know. It makes me happy. I mean, not to, like, go on some rant about the importance. 88 rounds. Thank you, baby. The importance of streaming. No, like, just entertainment in general. Creation in general. This is one of the easiest ways to get into creation and entertainment. I mean, I do live theater, of course, but it's not like live theater has the widest of reaches of ranges to entertain the most people. Yeah. Aww. I'm the worst shot in the world. Yeah. Oh, I thought they were gonna go. They both just kind of looked at it. And we're like, yeah, okay, bud. That's awesome. Good stuff. I'm getting styled on by the flood. Ooh, that's a gun I want. Your allies and enemies spend quite a bit of time shooting each other. I've noticed. I don't know how many times in Truth and Reconciliation I was like, is Keys gonna die to friendly fire? Because it looked at certain points, it looked very, 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 very likely. I've had Keys kill me with friendly fire before, which was less than ideal. You guys are just gonna sit up there? Yeah, I'm not excited for the Flood missions in 2. I think the Flood are way more insufferable in 2 than they are in 1. But the difficulty in 2 is always just like... They didn't get to test that game very much. And sometimes it shows.
Their survival as a race was dependent upon it. I am grateful to see that some of them survived.
Yeah, I'm not grateful for that, Guilty Spark. The Forerunners continuing to be in their own way once again. Oops. They sound like stomachs. I wonder if that's like what sound they say, because a lot of the sounds in the Halo games are sampled sound effects. So I'm wondering what sound they sampled for the Flood, because I've heard it in places before. I don't remember where I've heard. It's very nice that they're actually kind of poor shots with the shotgun. I don't know where it's been sampled before. I remember it being in I think it was in a Souls-like. But I don't remember if it was in like Lords of the Fallen or something like that. That's going to be a fun one to get to. I think I'm one of 3 people on the planet who actually likes Lords of the Fallen. It's one of my favorite Souls-like of all time. Keys once removed me from existence by shooting me in the back when I played Cursed Halo with the object remover gun. Yes, yeah, because he does get the object remover gun, doesn't he? And then, like, something weird happened when you died, right? That, like, the game couldn't handle the fact that the player character was removed from existence. Oh, that's so funny. There are some really good guns in Cursed Halo. There are some really good guns in Cursed Halo. I'm partial to a lot of those weapons. Oh, that guy just gave me ammo for my pistol.
I am a genius.
What'd you do to them, Guilty Spark? There are some... I dislike the gun in Cursed Halo that... Okay, this is something that I do almost every time. This one sucks. This is a hard one to live through. So I just sit here. Cursed Halo, they're one of the guns that I actually quite dislike is the texture remover gun, because I like the art of this game. Obviously, if anybody has seen me talk about it, I like the way this game looks. So I just had a black screen for like a minute. Eventually it just gave up and kicked me to the last checkpoint. Yeah, the game was not happy that you got removed from reality. I do know that. That is wildly entertaining to me. Yeah, because I like looking at this video game. I like the way this video game looks, and for the texture remover to actually realistically remove textures, turn it all into pink and black boxes, hurts my feelings. Hurts my feelings. I want to see my video game. There's some good stuff in Cursed Halo. There is quite a bit of good stuff. They're doing a Cursed Halo 3, right? Like Inferno Plus is doing Cursed Halo 3, or did he get distracted by the and door open. Door open, me run away. Yeah, I do that every time. I don't like fighting in there. I don't think it's fun. So I just don't. I'm excited to see what I put Morrowind and Elden Ring does specifically for just background noise, because I'm so excited for that video. I cannot wait. I love just background noise. So I'm really excited to see it, because he did playing Elden Ring as the Nerevarine, and I liked that video well enough. But now he can do playing Elden Ring as the Nerevarine in Morrowind, which I'm going to be very excited for. I don't know if he has stated any interest in the mod, but he's played modded runs before, so it's not like he's averse to it. Not like Legend of Total War, who hates mods. Despises mods. They're shooting each other. Again, like a lot of Cursed Halo 3 is happening, but Morrowind X, my Elden Ring is full priority, I believe. That totally, yeah, makes sense. This is the final elevator, so we're almost through the library. Next is Keys, I think, which is I dislike Keys more than I dislike the library, actually. I think Keys is worst. So I'm not going to be very excited about that. Fourth floor, tools, guns, keys to super weapons. I'm gonna get the index, which appears again in Halo 3 and Halo 2. How exciting. Installation 04. Slow and steady wins the race. Tortoise and the mare. Die. I love that kind of wild run they do, where they swing their arms like that. That's very funny to me. I love that he's doing Cursed Halo 3, but he straight up skipped Halo 2, and for good reason, right? Like, that game... Aw, he died due to fall damage. That game does not run. It's held together by toothpicks and a prayer. I just picked up a health pack. Coming in on a wing and a prayer. No. Oh. Life is pain. I hate. What is Jerma up to? What is Jerma doing with his life? Oh, that guy died due to fall damage. Is that just something that happens there? And he's up again. There was a hot second where I just started going through a bunch of like Vods. Just watching a bunch of them. Trying to catch up on my Germa lore. And then I stopped. I feel like he's one of the most important streamers to have ever done the business. And I don't know. Like, I think he's hilarious. I think he has a sort of comic timing that is aided through some cosmic influence, some trickster god who wishes to watch him be in pain. It is impressive how funny that guy is. I think Grapefruit said it in one of his streams where it's like he's so good at it that it makes you not want to try. But at the same time, he has so much, literally, I think over a decade, well over a decade of filmography to catch up on, and I just couldn't be bothered. It's like starting One Piece. I'm not gonna do it. You can't make me. There's no way I'm going to be spending my time on it. Not that he isn't worth my time. He's quite funny. He's quite funny. But I'm also really lazy. Yeah. I'm just gonna hold here. I have to hold my pinky on the crouch button, and I'm not a fan of that because I feel like, okay, this is maybe really weird, but I feel like whenever I do anything with my pinky that I'm gonna press too hard and then the bone's gonna come out of my skin, and it makes my hand feel really, really, really weird. So I don't like that I have to use my pinky to crouch, but I'm gonna tough through it. I'm gonna tough through it and be normal about it. Yeah. This is a good gun. This is a good video game weapon. Toggle crouch is an option, isn't it? Okay. How come you keep coming in here in Thafin with your fancy little tricks and tools to tell me how to rebind things, how to actually play the game in a way that's ergonomic, how to, like, put my headphones on the right way? Excuse me? Am I not supposed to suffer and suffer loudly? Is it not my lot in life to cause myself to be injured in ways that are completely preventable and entirely my fault? How dare you come in here and tell me efficient and nominal ways to solve my problems? Thank you. Yes, I believe toggle crouch might be an option. Am I going to turn it on? Probably not. But I hadn't thought of it. I hadn't thought of toggle crouch being an option. You were probably absolutely correct that it is an option. I mean, you don't gotta do nothing, I guess. Yeah, and I won't. Thank you. Thank you for your permission to do nothing. Oh, one-shot kill. I don't get the health of the Flood in this one, because sometimes they just die instantly. I don't know if they have, like, a headshot hitbox. I know in 2, they can very clearly get headshot. Oh! Don't touch. Don't touch. Yeah, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna probably end up dying because of that. They're very aggressive. I wonder what I was shooting there. There's like there's an invisible plane. You ever see that? There's an invisible plane here. What the frick? Let me see. What is that? Am I just hitting the box and I'm freaking out for no reason? No, there's clearly an invisible plane there. Okay. Sure. More jank for my jank, please. Oh, waiter. I need more jank. Okay, yeah, this is the end of the level. So they're gonna pull out all the stops. I feel very low health for this. Don't turn around. Don't turn around. No! I knew it. I knew it. I don't have enough health to just tank it. As much as I want it to be, I don't have enough health to just tank it. Oh, come on. Good stuff. You know what else would be a good game to stream? Metro. Metro would be a pretty ding-dang good game to stream. I love the Metro games. I think it would have to be careful of, you know, boobies in the second game. Metro Lost Light? But I'm sure there is a way to turn that off. But that would be a good game to stream. I know that I want to get to the point where I'm doing Dark Souls 1, but I'm going to finish probably the Halo games first before I go on to that. I don't know. I haven't decided, especially because I do have, like, a video idea that I want to do. Like an actual edited, scripted video for Dark Souls. And the longer I wait on it, the more likely that, like, someone else is already going to do it and probably do it better. So I should go do that, but I don't know. I want to play Halo. Yeah, we're slow and steady wins the race, I guess. Because they're just... I don't know. Actually, do they spawn, like, unlimited amounts of combat forms here? Those needlers are dangerous. Yeah. Yeah. This sucks. This sucks. They might spawn like an unlimited amount of combat forms here. And if this is true, then we just gotta go. Oh, stop getting back up. It really sucks that I have 1 bar of health here. Really sucks that I have 1 bar of health here. Yeah, I think they do just spawn an unlimited amount of combat forms. Stop shooting me. Okay. We survived. We're good. Life is good. Nothing is bad ever. Well, we're done with this level and we can move on with our lives like it never happened. That's the... I'm glad that they brought that structure back for Halo 2. It's where you fight Tartarus. It's nice. It's less blue, I think. But it's still nice to see it come back. Less blue. That was an interesting sound effect. It was fun hearing, speaking of like public domain sound effects, it was fun hearing the mimic's laughter in Dark Souls, to hear it in the Star Wars Christmas special. Oh, it's 2 betrayals and then keys. Huh. Huh. I did not I got those backwards. I got those backwards. That means it's keys unto Ma. Okay.
Is something wrong?
No, nothing.
Splendid. Shall we?
Very nice.
Unfortunately, my usefulness to this particular endeavor has come to an end. Protocol does not allow units with my classification to perform a task as important as the reunification of the index with the core. That final step is reserved for you, Reclaimer.
I like the idea that Guilty Spark very nearly just ended all sentient life in the galaxy. I mean, you know, protocol. Has to destroy the flood.
That wasn't supposed to happen.
Oh, really?
Cortana.
I've spent the last 12 hours cooped up in here watching you toady about, helping that thing get set to slit our throats.
Hold on now. He's a friend.
I didn't realize. He's your pal, is he? Your chum? Do you have any idea what that bastard almost made you do?
Yes. Activate Halo's defenses and destroy the flood, which is why we brought the index to the control center.
You mean this?
A construct in the core? That is absolutely unacceptable.
I love his little point there. Sawed off. She was supposed to be British. She, wasn't. Obviously.
Do what? I have the index. You can just float and sputter.
Enough. The flood is spreading. If we activate Halo's defenses, we can wipe them out.
You have no idea how this ring works, do you? Why the Forerunners built it? Halo doesn't kill Flood. It kills their food. Humans, Covenant, whatever. We're all equally edible. The only way to stop the Flood is to starve them to death. And that's exactly what Halo is designed to do. Wipe the galaxy clean of all sentient life. You don't believe me? Ask him.
Is it true?
More or less. Technically, this installation's pulse has a maximum effective radius of 25,000 light years. But once the others follow suit, this galaxy will be quite devoid of life. Or at least any life with sufficient biomass to sustain the flood.
Uh-oh.
But you already knew that. I mean, how couldn't you?
Left out that little detail, did he?
We have followed outbreak containment procedure to the letter. You were with me each step of the way as we managed this crisis.
Chief, I'm picking up movement.
Why would you hesitate to do what you've already done?
We need to go right now.
Last time you asked me if it were my choice, would I do it? Having had considerable time to ponder your query, my answer has not changed. There is no choice. We must activate the ring.
Get us out of here.
If you are unwilling to help, I will simply find another. Still, I must have the index. Give your construct to me, or I will be forced to take her from you.
That's not going to happen.
So be it. Save his head. Dispose of the rest.
Haha. Here we go, baby.
Look out.
And no! Oh, man, you're joking. I just immediately kill myself. Hot stuff. Good stuff. I'm not doing great. I'm not doing great. The first death of the level. Fun fact about the Sentinels is that they actually have marine AI. Yeah, oops. Yep, just I backpedaled straight to my death. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Analysis of the available data, I believe the best course of action is somewhat risky. An explosion of sufficient size will help destabilize the ring and will cut through a number of primary systems. We need to trigger a detonation on a large scale, however. A starship's fusion reactors going critical would do the job.
Okay, these guys are not gonna.
I'm going to search what's left of
Ooh,
the
super
Covenant
combine.
and see if I can locate the Pillar of Autumn's crash site. If the ship's fusion reactors are still relatively intact, we can use them to destroy Halo.
Woo! It's been a while since we fought elites. I think it's been 2 levels since we've last fought elites. And they're being problematic immediately. There's just not a lot of Yep, we got him there. Not a lot of space to maneuver against that guy. But we got him. And we have 3 whole bars of life. Isn't that more than enough to do what we need to do? What did they do to these doors? I don't think I saw. Ah! Yes. I see. Can't say I'm a fan of that. I'm such a boomer. I'm such a boomer gamer. I don't like it when they change the thing. I'm gonna die, like, immediately. Yep. I went down immediately. There's just not a lot of space here to actually, like, maneuver and not get immediately shot and killed. Yep, something but Skittles.
Haven't located the crash site yet, but you need to buy some time.
Man, I'm in trouble.
Find a way to activate Halo's final weapon without the index. The machinery in these canyons are Halo's primary firing mechanisms.
There's some stuff up here, if I remember correctly.
Pulse generators that amplify Halo's signal and allow it to fire deep into space. The power levels are enormous. I can't even begin to calculate the pulse.
Yeah, this is such a good freaking.
So, if we damage or destroy
we're not gonna be very effective against
before Halo can be used. That should buy us some time.
Sentinels, but we're gonna try our best. We're gonna do the best that we can.
We need to move in
Oogie Boogie. Nightmare Before Christmas. It's about that time of year. The thing about Nightmare Before Christmas is that you can watch it for both Halloween and Christmas, and you're not wrong for it. It's great for both of those holidays. Yeah, you're dead. It would have been nice if the shotgun was in earlier levels. I would have really liked it in Assault on the Control Room or in Pillar of Autumn. Plasma rifle. I'm gonna recharge my shields. Yeah, you're dead. Checkpoint done. We're going so quickly. We did not die like 3 times at the beginning of the level. Holy Jesus, I'm gonna get killed. Yeah, I took a ton of unnecessary damage there. At least we got both the elites really quickly. Oh, that hit both of them. That's funny. Come close. Nice. Yeah, one of the big things about majors is how quickly they shoot their little ding-dang guns. Yeah. They give us spankers to deal with the fact that there's gonna be...
We should commandeer one of those banshees. We'll need it to reach the pulse generator in time.
I'm probably gonna switch off this for a second to go deal with that wraith, because I don't want to fight it. I'd rather not deal with it in any meaningful way. I don't know if it's 2. Oh, looks like it still lives. Vulcan lives. Stomp, stomp. Ah, see? He just... whoa! The rocket launcher does not have the widest of blast radiuses. I don't even think the Zealot will be phased. And it takes a long time to fire the second rocket. Leader dead, run away. Just not the best rocket launcher in the series. Like, it's just not that good. Does the rocket launcher in Halo 3 lock on to aerial targets like it does in 2? Or is it only in 2 that the rocket launcher locks on to aerial targets?
Good. Let's get moving. The nav point marks our target.
The Banshee flies so cleanly in this one. Whoops. Nice. You can just kind of hover. Don't send me careening into the... I think that the rocket pod heavy weapon fills that role in Halo 3. Yeah, I guess that's fair. But it's like there's not a lot of sections in the Halo 3 campaign where there's a lot of aerial enemies you have to deal with. Yeah, the rocket pod. I forgot about the rocket pod. It was there was that one Slayer map that had the rocket pod that was pretty fun.
The center core is the signal amplifier. That's what we need to shut down. We need to interrupt the pulse generator's energy stream. I've adjusted your shield system.
Oh, I forgot that you have to walk in. That's why. Yeah, your shield goes away.
Accomplished. The pulse generator has overloaded. Scan.
And then, yeah, it's all just the Sentinels.
Core is offline. Well done.
Yeah. Unideal. Yeah, they actually really don't care about the shotgun. Just does not affect them very much. Yeah. 4 shots is a lot out of a 12-shot weapon to kill it. We run out of ammo. Breaking stuff to look tough.
The second pulse generator is located.
Almost
on the
jumped
adjacent
right off the edge there. That would have been bad.
target with the nav point.
Dare I say. Huh. Ugh. That's what you're supposed to do. You gotta ram them. That's necessary, I think, in every instance of every Halo game. You gotta get at least one splatter kill with the Banshee. The Banshee is a very, 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 very light vehicle. It tends to die quite quickly. And yet, when you fight against them in multiplayer, they are invincible. There's another elite. I hope there's ammo soon. Yeah. One major, one enthusiastic major, and suddenly I'm at 2 bars of health. I'm not enthused about my ammo situation. I'm not feeling great about it. Oh man, I got needlered. I got needlered to death. Let's see if we can try this again. Yeah, okay. This time we got through it with way more of our health intact. And a little bit more ammo, but not that much more. But it was two minor elites this time. Am I a little bit stubborn about which guns I'm holding on to? Yes. Yes, I am. I'm gonna switch off of them? No. No, I won't. Kill that guy. That's a lot of grunts that they spawn in. Where'd the jackal go? There he is. He died. The stretch on the dead bodies is very good jank. If we're gonna keep talking about jank, I love jank. The stretch when the bodies get like, oh yep, here we are. Yeah, stop shooting me, please. These guys might have ammunition for me. Well, that was less than ideal. Kind of want to not pick up a health pack until I have to. Yeah. That's fine. That's good, dare I say. Zealot? Yeah, that was pretty okay. Jackals. Didge. I think it's interesting how jackals in the first game have their bodies match their shield colors. That is not something that happens in later games. I don't think we see blue-skinned jackals in later games. They are exclusive to... They kind of turn into just beige dinosaurs in later games. It's their quills that take on different colors. Ah! Yeah, that's what I thought. Yep. And then let's go back to the health pack on this. I think it was over here. No, it must have been the other room. That's fine, though. Well, actually... yeah, it's right here. We're good. We're good. Full health. Life is good. 9 shots of shotgun. That's not even a full... We're gonna be fine. We're gonna be fine. It's an easy game, right? Yeah. The Eager to get out, huh? Okay. I could hit them. And they would die. I think their popping destroyed the environment, which means that the popping damage is enough to indeed affect the environment. I think that's pretty interesting. Oh, jerk. It's funny to me how the overcharged plasma pistol causes that much bleeding in someone, whereas for the, I think for Marines, it just doesn't do any damage. Yep, totally planned. That was exactly the thing that I had intended to do. That was exactly the only thing that I had intended to do. Melee does nothing to the Flood in this game. I don't know why they decided that. In 2, it does nothing to them as well. But in... Ois, ois, ois. In 3, you can melee a Flood combat form and it just immediately dies. Which I like better. Get those things away from me. It kind of sucks that the sniper rifle does no damage to the Flood in these games. I'm low on ammunition. I am not particularly pleased with that. I guess I could pick up a plasma rifle and do just fine, but I don't want to. I want to keep these two guns. These two guns feel like they would be the most useful throughout the entire mission, but I am currently suffering from lack. Well, there was 2 guys with shotguns in that room. I got firing squatted. I imagine these levels are kind of hard in the Cursed Halo edition, where the enemies have blunderbusses and other cursed weaponry. I can imagine that that's not easy to play with. Though I bet it's endlessly funny when the Rocket Flood get changed from being, you know, some of the most dangerous enemies in the series to guys who blow themselves up immediately because the rocket launcher goes backwards. Yeah. I'm just gonna try to melee them because I don't want to use ammunition on them. Could just let them pop on my shield, but the shield is precious. It's a precious resource. Cool. Hey, you survived. Whereas your friend did not. What is your least favorite forms of the Flood to fight? Like, in which game? Because I think 2 is pretty easy to pick. Like, yeah, that Flood sucks to face. That's the worst. But at least in 2, they have a headshot hitbox. You can pop the infection form right out of them. You can't do that in this one. And they also need to be rezzed by an infection form. Unlike in this one where they just do that, get right back up. I think in 3, those are the easiest forms of the Flood to face. They are, of course, bolstered by the pure forms, quote-unquote, with the Stalker. And what are they just called shooter forms? I don't remember. Spikers. And then tanks. But all 3 of those have some pretty glaring weaknesses. The only one that's really bad are the shooter forms that just, like, line up on Cortana and remove you from reality. Oh, that was a rocket. Oh, hey. 2 Banshees. Gee, Mom. That's exactly what I wanted. I'm stuck, I'm stuck, I'm stuck. I made a mistake and I got stuck. Do, 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 do. Good song. Why is everybody trying to kill me? I'm gonna go down. Yep. Okay, this is gonna be difficult because everybody wants to kill me. Cheap followers on streamboot.com. Hey, they're back. In general, I think Halo 2 Flood are the most dangerous. That being said, screw shooters from 3. Exactly correct. Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. Is that, like... They're trying to sell me followers again. I'm not gonna buy my followers. I have friends and family. Oh, God! I think they're most dangerous in 2 just because they swarm you. They have a lot of health. You can, you know, shoot them in their headshot hitbox, but good luck doing it. And it's bad to get stuck in melee in 2. Oh, I'm gonna go down again. I'm getting rocked by this bridge. I can't even get across. It's because of these banshees. Oh, one's down. It got blown up. Oh, the song did a weird loop there. I don't know if that was intentional. Yeah, lots of little guys. Stop! The Banshee's gonna get me killed. it's crashing. Okay, I don't like being on 1 HP. Hey, is that a Stealth Elite or an Ultra? I don't know. Song's still playing. Oh, I interrupted some sort of meeting. Yeah. That's fine. That's fine. The game's good, Bront. These levels are hard, but the game is good. I'm not excited for keys. I have to be honest. I don't know if I'm ready for keys, man. Those sections getting into the ship, ugh, just the worst. Not excited for keys. What do we got down here? Oh, you got back up. He just slid down. That was awesome. I'm pretty prone to blunders in this game, I think. Didn't want to deal with that guy.
Take care of the next pulse generator.
Okay, Banshee. Come on. Oh, was that when he was doing his death throws? And I got hit by... That's so lame. Oh, bad. Really bad.
Let's take care of the next pulse generator.
Yeah, that's good. Oh, I blew myself up. We're gonna have some trouble here, aren't we? Because I just don't have resources or tools or anything that matters. I guess I could immediately try to get into this, where's he going? I don't feel confident.
Okay, let's take care of the next pulse generator.
I'm really not excited for this. Okay, let's try this. Try something different. Different strategy. Nope. I shoot you. You don't shoot me. Where's the Banshee? That's gonna make life easier. Ghosts are kind of hard to control in this one. They're not my choice most often, for sure. That's gonna be nice too. Ammunition. I knew it was worth going down there, and that was my original goal the last time I played too. The problem was is that I kept dying. Oh god, what the heck? What are you doing? Very strange. Very strange actions from the elite. Oh, it's Beatrice Osmolske. It's a joke because Beatrice is just an old woman's name. But Osmolske is the name of the scientific name of one of the two velociraptor species. So I was like, that's a perfect last name. It sounds vaguely European. I'm gonna die. So, try not to die. You missed me finishing up the library. I'm finishing up now, trying not to die in two betrayals. The last couple of missions, I'm gonna try to beat all of the first Halo game tonight. Pretty sure I have two more of... Oi, zois, zois. Try not to die. Yes, recharge. I love the library. Is your little character a furry thing? Yeah, kind of. She's a velociraptor. Yeah, I love the library. I'm not a big fan. Or are you talking about the library as in the concept or the place where you go and get books? Or are you talking about the library on the Halo 1 mission? Because the library is a whole thing in the first Halo game. The game, lol. Yeah. It is certainly one of the levels of all time. I think it definitely is one. I think, yeah, I could see that it's the most overall difficult level in the first Halo game. I think that is a fair statement to make about it. That it's the most difficult level in the first one. I think that Keys is probably my least favorite of all of them. It is. But I don't know if it's more difficult than the library. Really not much you can do with the Warthog on this. What difficulty are you playing? I'm playing on Heroic. I'm just playing on Heroic. It's just a playthrough of Halo 1. I'm not intending it to be like a challenge run or anything in particular. It's just enjoying the first Halo game. Talking about it, playing through it, experiencing it. Hunters. Because it's been a hot second since I've played it. I am a big fan of it. I do think it's like in the running for some of the most important games ever made. Here we go. Let's try to get out. Such a good game. Need to replay it? Absolutely, you need to replay it. It's like, it's one of those games that you should probably give it like well, play it once a year. You know, like just give it the time it deserves. Play it once a year. Probably gonna lose this Banshee. At least it's not gonna be happy. Yeah, I'm taking a bunch of damage. But we can probably get as much usage out of it. At least to destroy these couple of installations and then move on. Where'd that Banshee go? There's a Wraith at the bottom that's still trying to hit me all the way up here. Zealot. Oh, that fuel rod very nearly ended everything that we were doing up here. There we go. Yeah, get that fuel rod out of here. That was an insane shot on his part. Good lord. Imagine if he had hit me there. I would have died yet again. And I would have been mildly distressed. This part sucks. If this is the part with, yeah. Oh, this is not ideal. Because you have to go stand in there and get your shields wiped and, ugh. It sucks. Melee damage. Might borrow one of their, because I'm pretty sure.
That did it. Pulse generator overloaded.
Oh, yep. Come, get out. How many times have you died? I don't know the exact number. I would think probably over 5. Oh, it's about to be another one. Yep. Yeah. Quite a few times. This part sucks though, because you gotta sacrifice your shields for it. And a lot of, you see the Sentinels immediately started killing me instead of the Flood. And the Flood started immediately trying to, yep. Yeah, I tried to just go in there. I gotta wait for the Flood to deal with the Sentinels. Is engaging the chat helpful or distraction? It's so helpful. It's so helpful. Thank you so much for, like, talking about the game, and it's so helpful. It's just nice to know that someone's, like, watching and being engaged in the content that I'm attempting to create. Right? I like it a lot. It's nice to be able to talk to someone. Because that's, at the end of the day, that's why I'm doing this, right? I want to make content that people want to watch. I want to share entertainment with others. So if you're being engaged in chat, it means to me that I am at least performing that goal in some capacity. And it makes me feel nice. We're playing Ring Around the Rosie. Let's see. They're going to spawn all those guys again. I'm going to switch over to the Arg. I'm going to try to just run out. Yeah, it didn't happen. Yeah, it is an amazing game. Amazing game. It's a really, like everybody knows, you know, Halo is one of the most important games I think ever made. Everybody knows that. It put Xbox on the map. Master Chief is a very culturally relevant character. It's just his series is not so much. It's crazy to think that Infinite's been out for maybe like 3-ish years or something like that. And it just has not... I don't know. Oh, come on. I was looking for that rocket launcher Flood. Yeah. You're playing on PC. Yeah, I'm playing on PC. I'm playing the Master Chief Collection. So I could at any point go to the remastered graphics, but I've kind of expressed my opinions about them. Here we are. This is a very different looking game. I might sneeze. I should play 4, 5, and Infinite. I just haven't gotten around to it. Yeah, 5 I have some pretty fond memories of, but that's because I was playing it with, like... Whew, that was scary. I was playing it with a bunch of my friends, and it's a very silly game to play with a bunch of your friends. The 4-player campaign is a great idea. And I loved getting opportunity to play as Blue Team, and that for every character to have a different kind of, like, almost RPG mechanic to it, that they have different loadouts and different focuses and abilities. That's cool. That's really cool. The problem is that Blue Team is only, like, in the game for 3 levels. And the rest you're playing as Team Osiris. And it's like, okay, Team Osiris aren't bad. I don't dislike them. They're not particularly interesting, but they're not bad. What I didn't like is that the game was completely gutted from what it was supposed to be. Like, it was a completely different story. And then it... You know, it wasn't what they advertised it to be, and people were upset. And I think they had a right to be upset, because we were totally told a different... Oh, God. No, 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 no. Ah! I did everything right that time! They just kept getting back up. This room sucks. I know that the next time you do this, it isn't even this bad. Oh my gosh. That was like... What is Team Osiris? So, in Halo 5, Team Osiris are the protagonists that are attempting to apprehend the chief because Cortana has gone rampant and she's going crazy. So, Team Osiris is led by this guy named Locke, who is looking to apprehend the chief so that they can destroy Cortana. And they're they're the people you play as in 10 out of... You're joking, man. They're the people that you play as in, like, 10 of the main levels. So, that's Team Osiris. This room sucks. This is a sucky room. I'm gonna be stuck here forever, aren't I? That guy didn't kill me in one shot this time. Fighting the flood, fighting the flood. Everybody loves fighting the flood. Let me get rid of some of these. Because they've been killing me pretty bad in some of the... Oh, new checkpoint! That's interesting. I like that. Lame, hate Spartan 4, Spartan 2s for the win. Yeah, it is kind of interesting how they kind of just... Because Spartan 2s and Spartan 3s have some very serious drawbacks. And then Spartan 4s come in and they're just better in every way. And I guess that's, you know, that's how technology goes. And they're using, I think, Forerunner technology for them or something. I don't remember if they are or not. Oh, God. I need out, I need out, I need out, I need out. But if they are, it still feels like they don't really have a lot of... How are 4s better than 2s? Easier to produce. I think that 2s are... I shouldn't say better in every way. Like, Spartan 2s are... I still think, just because of the fact that they're raised from the age of 6 to be killing machines... Right? And all their bones are covered in ceramite, and they have all the stuff that happened to them during puberty. Yeah, I think 2s are, like, physically more capable, but what makes 4s better is their ease of production and the fact that they don't completely destroy the human being that became the Spartan. 2s are indeed, I think, stronger. but there are way more 4s than there are 2s. You know what I mean? It's quite the investment when a Spartan 2 dies. That Wraith is getting some pretty accurate shots. I missed by. I'm not excited for fighting the Spec Ops Elites and the Maw. 2s are better war machines, 4s are better humans, yeah? Yeah, they don't die, they go MIA. Yep, that's more than fair. Yeah. I apologize. I will turn myself into the nearest Oni office. Yeah, that's probably the best way to put it, is that 2s are better war machines, 4s are better human beings. But, I mean, that's one of the best things about Spartans and Spartan 2s, is that humanity that peeks through the cyborg. That the killing machine has feelings. But that's the thing about Chief, is that originally Chief was meant to be completely similar to Link. It's not a character, it's a role you step into. That was really common in this early kind of like how they made these video games, right? So that was one of the big changes in 4 and 5, is that they decided that they wanted to get into who is Chief as a character. And some people didn't like that. And I mean, like, I prefer Chief as a character, I guess, but I can see why, if you grew up with 1, 2, and 3, that he's not a character, he's an apparatus through which you play the video game. Yeah, Bezos will take you down permanently. That's what I... That was a great shot! You're joking? Come on, man. I guess I should have landed to let the checkpoint take place. But you see what I mean? Like, this level is brutal. This level's so hard. This level's so difficult. Ha! The Wraith got... Hey, what's your opinion on the Halo show? It's not very good. It kind of misses the point. It does a really bad job of characterizing both Chief and the Covenant. John Master Chief would not, in any circumstances, have sex. This is, like, important. This is part of his character. He is a sexless being. Right? Like... I think my grand conspiracy theory is that it was never meant to be a Halo show. That it was actually supposed to be a Mass Effect show. And they couldn't get the IP, so they just got Halo and ran with it. Because the idea, like, there's no way that a prophet would ever listen to a human. And a human being part of the Covenant is kind of an interesting idea, and I think it could be done well. I just do not think that a human would be the leader of the Covenant. And one of the worst parts about the show is actually how well the production is at certain points. Like, the costumes are great. The Spartans look amazing. The Covenant look really good. The Prophet is one of my favorites. But, like, they just completely did not do the writing well. It's just not, it's not a good Halo. You know what I mean? But it's like, what do I know? I'm pretending to be a dinosaur on the internet while I play the first Halo game. I don't know nothing. But yes, I'm not a big fan of it. I think that they just kind of fundamentally missed a lot of that. Oh dear. They missed a lot of what Halo is about. And they didn't have Sergeant Johnson. Like, I'm tired of this. Can you tell us why the Covenant hate humanity? Yeah, so the Prophets have this grand religion, right? Built around Forerunner artifacts and Forerunner technology, I don't remember what they call it. But they basically use this great religion to subjugate and defeat alien races around the galaxy and put them all under this covenant, right? The prophets, I think their race name is San Shayum. I don't remember how they pronounce it, but so the way the covenant began is that, like, thousands and thousands and thousands of years ago, the prophets came to the homeworld of the elites, which was, it's called Sanghelios, and they got into some big war, and the prophets ended up defeating them through their collection of Forerunner technology, and they broke them into the Covenant. This is where the first two races in the Covenant are the prophets and the elites. And so they keep going forward and collecting more races to add to their Covenant. Basically, it's a power scheme. As they hold the Forerunner technology, they speak the will of the gods. Therefore, they get to be at the top of this massive food chain involving many, many, many races. Well, the problem is that their eventual goal is to ignite the Halo Rings and go and embark on the Great Journey, as they call it. The Halo Rings will ignite and take everyone to where the Forerunners went, into the Great Beyond, so on and so forth. But the problem is that the Halo Rings just kill everything. They're just a weapon. They're meant to starve out the Flood. So the prophets can't actually interact with the Halo Rings. And it's because the only people who can are humans. And it's because the Forerunners, when they built the Halo Rings, they had this idea called the Mantle of Responsibility, right? That they're the most advanced and the most technologically I guess just the most advanced species is the best way to put that. I don't need to, like, complicate things. Oh, great. I don't need to complicate things further. The most advanced species has a responsibility to the rest of the galaxy to take care of it. This is the mantle. And they passed that mantle down to humanity. That's why 343 Guilty Spark calls you Reclaimer. Because humans are the reclaimers of Covenant or Forerunner tech, and only humans can truly operate it in a way that the Covenant cannot. The Covenant have a lot of reverse engineered Forerunner tech, but they don't exactly know how it works. Whereas humans are the only ones who can actually interface with it and use it correctly. This is why humans need to die, why all of humanity needs to be wiped out. The other Covenant races don't understand, really, why humans haven't been brought into the fold of the Covenant. Oh, wow, okay. He ran me over. Because they should have been conquered by this point. And it's because the prophets know that humans destroy their entire religion. The other Covenant races, since humans are the only ones to be able to truly interface with Forerunner tech, they are the they'll ruin everything. Because prophets have been telling everyone for thousands of years that it's them. So that's why the Covenant is hell-bent on wiping out humanity as a species. It's because of greed, money, and power. And why do the humans even stand a chance against the Covenant? They have much more advanced technology at the beginning of the war. It can't be because of the arbitrary mantle thing. No! So actually, what humans have is that the Covenant is doing kind of a really bad job of waging genocidal war. So the Covenant don't know where a lot of human planets are, right? That's a really big thing. There's something called the Cole Protocol that humans have, which is that any map to Earth, any knowledge of Earth is to be wiped. Any AI that the Covenant may be able to catch is to be destroyed, right? So the Covenant don't know where humans are. That's one of the biggest things. Second, in a space battle, humans are desperately outmatched. The Covenant destroy human spaceships. In fact, it's a 3-to-1 loss ratio. The UNSC can only hope to succeed if they have triple the forces that the Covenant do. But the on the ground, humans are actually about as decent as the Covenant in ground game. They managed to do quite well against the Covenant, because we have to take into account the fact that the Covenant's technology has kind of stagnated for the past several thousand years because they've reverse engineered Forerunner tech, but it is a heresy to improve upon it. So the Covenant don't move past what technology they have. The humans are actively innovating throughout the war. Every bit of Covenant tech that they get is a new weapon. The humans also have weapons that the Covenant don't seem to handle very well, in nukes, which can overwhelm Covenant shielding pretty well, and in Mac guns, which are enough to crack Covenant armor. So that's why they're doing pretty well. It's like, they're not winning by any means. Humanity is doomed to extinction before the events of the Halo series, but it's not some arbitrary mantle thing. It's actually pretty well explained why the Covenant is not capable of wiping out humanity. They're basically dragging their feet and they're slow about it. And then the Covenant does the whole thing in 2 where they, like, fracture. You have to note that the Covenant is constantly suffering from infighting, both among the other races and just from heretics and people who shoot off and form their own... Oh, that was a direct hit. So the Shaw Fujikawa drive, I think Covenant ships are always faster. Like, the Shaw Fujikawa drive is, it's a miracle of human engineering. It's just not as good as Forerunner slipspace technology. The thing is that, like, the Covenant will typically win in a space engagement. That's what makes Cortana so interesting, is that she is incredibly capable on a space combat front, where she was able to knock out several Covenant carriers using just the guns on the Pillar of Autumn. And in the novels, she absolutely takes over a Covenant's carrier or super carrier, I don't remember, and schools 4 other ships of the same class using their own technology, because she can use it so much more efficiently than they can. So that's another thing, is that the Covenant don't use AI. They don't have smart AIs. They don't do that. That's something that humans have over the Covenant, is ship AIs. So a lot of human pilots are like captains, ship captains, are better equipped than Covenant ship captains. It's just that Covenant technology is so much better that they can brute force their way to a lot of victories. Because a super carrier is like 1,000 kilometers long and has a crew of like 3,000 or 4,000 people in it. So there's not much that human peoples are able to do. This is gonna suck. Have to be very careful. Oh, that's why I have to be very careful. Why were these capable of so much but unable to eradicate the Flood without genocide? So the problem with the Flood, the major problem with the Flood, is that they take the technology of whatever they eat. So the Flood are not completely mindless. In fact, the Grave Mind has the combined intelligence of everything it has ever ate. So they couldn't defeat the Flood because the Flood was like looking back into a mirror. It was all consumptive. So that's why they had trouble defeating the Flood, and they just decided to starve it out instead of attempt any more warfare against it. Because the more they fought the Flood, the stronger it got. The more they got technology to kill it, the better the Flood's technology got. I'm gonna die again. Yep. So basically, they just fought the perfect foe. The Flood in the first Halo game is stupid, because they only have a proto-Gravemind. They don't have the ability to create a Gravemind yet. This is unideal, honestly. This is rough. I remember this part being very difficult, typically. Why fire the Halo rings when it didn't even work? How did the Flood survive? So actually, it did work. The Flood died out. They got starved out. The problem is that those goofball Forerunners, as you so lovingly called them, put the Flood on the rings. They thought it was bad to completely wipe out a sentient species, even one as virulent and dangerous as the Flood, and made it that the Flood were also a species that were preserved on the Shield worlds. Because the Forerunners didn't wipe out all of life up to that point. They put a lot of those creatures and stuff on Shield worlds so that those creatures could be repropagated throughout reality. But part of that was the Flood. Now, the Flood were supposed to remain on the rings, but the Forerunners, I guess, never considered or simply didn't think far enough ahead to when races such as the Covenant or the UNSC made contact with the Halo rings and accidentally freed the Flood. That's how the Flood is still around, because of meddling idiots like the Covenant. I don't know which. I'm pretty sure it's stated which of the Forerunners decided it was a good idea to preserve the Flood. But it is the way it is. It's what they've decided to do. Sentinels. Oh, they're cutting my Banshee to pieces. I gotta get out of it before I get blown up. Shield worlds. How many there are? No, so shield worlds, I don't know how many shield worlds there are, but a shield world is actually a Forerunner installation similar to the Halo ring. It is a completely artificial world that is the express purpose of acting like an ark for sentient species such as humanity and other creatures. So I don't know exactly how many there are, and I'm blanking on the exact process by which they, you know, propagated the worlds. I don't know if there was like an automated system that just repopulated planets that were decimated by the Halo rings, but that was the purpose of them. And why the Forerunners didn't stay on them? Some did. Some Forerunners did, but the thing was is that I'm pretty sure the activation of the Halo rings was not like something they had really prepped for. It was something that happened pretty much because it had to. It was very much we need to do this now. So a lot of Forerunners simply did not survive. Their civilization was completely wiped because they needed to destroy everything now. I also think that there was like a large amount of Forerunners who decided against surviving the Halo installations because they felt that they had failed the mantle and therefore deserved to be wiped out. But I don't remember if I read that or if that's just speculation on my part. If you want to read about a shield world, Halo Ghosts of Onyx is a good place to read about
I think we should only try the defense.
that. Ah, here's keys. Yes, Onyx is so good, but so sad. It's so true. Will is one of my favorite Spartans of all time, and my man went down fighting hunters. It's so sad. None of those Spartan 3s get out. Yeah.
Covenant are terrified the flood will repair the ship and use it to
Spartan 3's got it rough, man. Like,
neutralize the flood and repair the
Spartan
ship.
3's got it rough.
I've got a good lock on Captain Key's CNI transponder signal. He's alive, and the
This is
implants are
horrifying,
intact.
too. They expand on these in the terminals, and man,
Bring us in as close as I can.
it is horrifying what happens to those who are infected by the flood. And I think that's what I was talking about it, because in Dead Space, the necromorphs, they have to kill you first. But in
Sorry.
the Halo games, the flood don't kill you first.
Captain? Captain? I've lost him.
That's a little comedic moment. People love comedy. Yeah, I don't want to deal with that. And down we go. This part of the level sucks. It's so hard to find where you're supposed to go.
Let's get out of here and find another way back aboard the ship.
This... Oh, I didn't mean to do that. You would not believe your eyes. Yeah, that's the thing about it, is that the Forerunners are supposed to be, like... They're supposed to be godlike in their sense of technology, but also, like... They're still, you know, like us. And I think in recent lore, they are us. Humans and Forerunners are not, like, separate species. I don't... Oh, man, I tried to get out. I don't remember. I don't know what the lore is like for Forerunners right now. I don't know if they are us, or if they aren't us, or if they devolved us, or if we were there, or if we were running from the Flood, or if the Flood came from another galaxy, or if the Flood were created by Precursors, and the Precursors originally had the mantle, but then the Forerunners took the mantle from the Precursors, and I don't know. It's a jumbled mess now. The thing is that the series is over 20 years old, and it, like... wasn't exactly clear to begin with. You know what I mean? Oh, man. So...
We should head this way, towards the ship's...
I'm always confused as to what's happening in the Halo series. And I'm sure there's someone who knows way more than me who will have a much clearer and probably way more correct telling of events. That's just what I remember from my time spent on Halopedia as a young lad. Do you think the Forerunners like spaghetti? I think the Forerunners adored spaghetti. I think spaghetti must have been a delicacy in their...
reactor should already have gone critical.
I know I adore spaghetti. Now I'm craving spaghetti, but it's like... what? Almost 1 in the morning? That means we're probably gonna beat this game around 2. That's not bad. That's not bad. That's not a bad comp. Ah! You just die so much. I'll bring you Spaghetti King. Thank you. I'm wondering where we're gonna go tomorrow. What we're gonna do tomorrow when they come from... when my friends come down from wherever they're coming from, because I'm excited to hang out with them, but I don't know what we're gonna do for like dinner and stuff like that. I think I'm gonna try to show them Danadan. I really do want to show them. I'm constantly harping on it, and they have yet to watch it. And they probably won't. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh man, this level sucks. This level sucks. I hate this level. Because I want to go fast. I want to go fast, but the Flood do not let you go fast. The Flood kill you if you try to go fast. Ah! I can try to distract them with... As I... Yeah, see, they just spawn them right there. Yeah, I'm so glad that Flood got up to get killed by the other guy's shotgun, because good lord. I don't know if there are any... See, like, what the frick are you supposed to do? They keep getting back up. No, don't touch me. Okay. We're gonna try our best there. I'm gonna go for one of those shotguns for sure. If they didn't despawn, because the Flood come in such large numbers that oftentimes the ones in the previous wave despawn, and you don't get their stuff, which is unfortunate. What exactly is the Gravemind? So the Gravemind is the highest form of Flood. It is the peak of their evolution. It is a huge collection of biomass, like thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of bodies put together into one being that contains all the intelligence of every single being that the Flood has ever consumed. And it's their God King, really. It controls them, leads them on the purpose of consuming more. So, the Gravemind is introduced in 2, but they're actually building a proto-Gravemind with the bodies that they have consumed in this game. And that's what we're going to meet in this level. Look at them go. Like a flesh interface. Exactly. That's probably the best way to describe it. It's just one giant flesh interface. And that's why the Flood are scarily intelligent, is because of the Gravemind. The Gravemind is using all the knowledge it has, the Flood as a species have ever consumed. So that's why the Forerunners could never defeat the Flood, because the more valuable targets the Flood ate. That's actually something that makes Keys incredibly heroic, is that he enacts the Cole Protocol against the Proto-Gravemind and manages to keep the Flood from learning of Earth. Which is, like, incredibly impressive. Because, like, they know of Earth. They would have had known of Earth from consuming other members of the human race, but they don't know how to get to it, and that's important because Keys would know how to get to it as captain of the Pillar of Autumn, but because he successfully enacted the Cole Protocol, they don't manage to get it. Can a human fight off the Flood? So the problem with the Flood is that those little infection forms, the way that they infect you is that it's not so much like a mind takeover. They interface directly with your nervous system. They're splicing into your spinal cord and mutating your body against your will. They take your mind, they sift through your memories, they delete what they don't need, and then your body becomes a puppet for the Flood's will. So it's not necessarily mind control. Yeah. It's something a little bit different. So when Keys was put into the proto-gravemind, he knew that it was probing for the location of Earth. And that's what he manages to fight off. He enacts the Cole Protocol and only feeds it his tag numbers and his name over and over and over and over again. Until eventually the proto-gravemind is destroyed, and Keyes himself, his brain is obliterated by the Chief. There is an example of a human being infected by an infection form that was weak, and his name is Private Jenkins. He appears in one of the novels. The infection form that took him over was weakened by stasis and couldn't fully take over his spinal cord. So he had nominal control over his own body and was in a, like, I have no mouth but I must scream situation, where he is a Flood combat form, but he is alive inside the Flood combat form. And it tries to, like, take over his body and force him to kill others, but he's mostly in control. He actually ends up, I think it's just called Halo. I'm sure I actually have it somewhere. I don't remember. The Flood! Yeah. Yeah. And I think, doesn't the Flood follow the events of Halo 1? Eric Nyland, I think. Good stuff. That got both of them. That's why Sergeant Johnson couldn't get infected. Sergeant Johnson was originally supposed to die over the course of the first Halo game, but people loved him so much that they brought it back. They brought him back to the other games. And the way that they explain why he didn't die to the Flood is because his spinal cord's royally messed up because he's a failed Spartan 1. Most Spartan 1s were left paralyzed. Johnson wasn't, but he still doesn't have a normal human spinal column. So the Flood could not properly infect him. So that's why Johnson survives Halo 1. And good thing too, because Johnson deserved, I think killing Johnson at the end of 3 was, I don't know, more shock value than anything else. That's something I disagree with Marty O'Donnell on. That Johnson should have survived to the end of the war. He deserved it. If only because he would have been awesome in 4 and 5. No, he's just a really good soldier. I don't remember what Spartan 1s were supposed to do. I mean, he's obviously not normal human, I think. He's got something going on, even if it's just like cosmic luck. I've kind of defaulted to using the pistol again. But I probably should read more about what was actually going on with the Spartan 1 program, what they were intending to do with it, what its purpose was. Ostensibly, it would be similar to the Spartan 2 program, where it was just supposed to be a super weapon used against rebels. Like, it's easy to forget that the UNSC are actually not good guys. They're kind of an autocratic... the Oni especially does some horrible, horrible things. Yeah, John is really lucky. John, Mr. Chief is quite lucky. So maybe the name John is just very lucky in this continuity. That's a very, Sergeant Avery Johnson Jr. Yeah, this sucks. Yeah. Please tell me the pistol is still up here. Yeah, I got rounds for it. Flood buddy! So this is one of my favorite things about the first Halo game, is that if you shoot off both their arms, they can't hurt you. They just have to sit here now. Cortana chose him. Yeah, because he was just lucky like that. He had something that the others didn't have.
Power source detected. There's the gravity lift.
But all Spartans had to have a little bit of element of luck. The final test to be kidnapped to become a Spartan was a coin flip. If you failed the coin flip, they wouldn't pick you up. Oh, you're joking. All the way back here? This level sucks. Once we get on the ship, it's going to be way less painful. It's this ground section that's horrible. Yeah, punching me. I think she dies in between 5 and 6. She doesn't die in any of the games. She dies between 5 and 6. People weren't happy about it then either. Can I go up going here?
That's our way back in.
I'm having trouble punching them. I'm technically in the lift, am I not? I hope this counts. Yeah, even elites can't deal with the onslaught of the... Oh, this would have been nice to know existed. Off-camera death? Yeah, there were a couple characters who had off-camera deaths. It was because nobody really liked the storyline that they were going with in 5, was another thing, is that they didn't like the Guardians. They didn't like Cortana turning into, like, an autocratic dictator. They just didn't like it. I mean, like, maybe we should have let them cook or something, but I don't know. People were just not impressed. It's been so long since I played, I can't, like, realistically tell you how I feel about it. I actually want... I wish these guys would stop following me and actually start going up. Yeah, there we go. Why is John so attached to Cortana? Like, for me, I feel like they have kind of maybe a brother-sister relationship. For a lot of people, they think that they want to, like, bang. I really don't like that interpretation. And the reason why I have a problem with that interpretation is that the way to make a smart AI is to cut a piece of brain off the person that you're basing the smart AI off. Which is why a smart AI only has a lifespan of 7 years. It's because the little slice of brain in there is gonna, you know, die at some point. And it dies after 7 years. So Halsey creates Cortana using a slice of her own brain, using a slice of her own memories. Cortana is, in a lot of ways, her literal brainchild, her daughter. So Cortana and Chief having kind of like a romantic or sexual attraction to each other feels like John has mommy issues, because Halsey is like kind of the mother of Spartan 2s. It's not ideal. It's very messed up. It feels like kind of in line with Halo's darker storytelling elements, but I still don't like it. I don't think it's good. I would much rather they have like a brother-sister relationship. But again, I'm secondary to whoever owns the IP. And it seems like the people writing 4 and 5 really did kind of have like this faux... Like Cortana, the reason why Cortana looks the way she does in 4, like very, very voluptuous naked woman, is because she's trying to appear attractive to the Chief. But I'm pretty sure the Spartans are chemically sterilized. Maybe they're not. I don't remember. They might not be. There's probably an instance of a Spartan getting pregnant. Because this game has weird lore. She's the closest thing they have. I think it's interesting that she can identify all the Spartan 2s even in their armor. Yeah, she knows them. That's the thing that's so crazy, is that she knows them. Just by their gait and by the way they walk, she can tell which one is which. Yeah, Halsey is a very interesting and complicated individual. Is she good? No. Not at all. But is she necessary for humanity's survival? Yeah. A lot of Halo's story is talking about, like, ends justifying means. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're all sterilized. There might be, like, a pregnant Spartan 4, but I don't know. Like, the ends justify the means. So think of this game, right? I don't know if Flood, like, spawn endlessly through here. You can never tell with the Flood whether they spawn endlessly or if they... This game has you destroy the Halo ring, but the thing is that you are literally the only person that survives, with, you know, caveats. You're not, like, the only one that... Oh, I'm gonna die. This sucks. Yep. Ugh! I might try to just run through instead of slowly fighting my way. The problem is that these tight hallways are filled with those, I'm gonna lose a block of health, yeah. Those guys. Maybe there's a health pack in this room somewhere? That would be nice. Again, I am super not as familiar with these levels because I don't play them very often. Dang, I was futzing around for my grenade button and it got me killed. Oh man. This sucks. How old is John? I think, realistically, I'm pretty sure he might be in his 50s. The problem is that a lot of it is cryo sleep. You know what I mean? Like late 40s, early 50s. So a lot of that was spent like in stasis. So he wouldn't be like physically 50. But that is how old he is, like, chronologically. Please don't hit me. Yeah. I had hoped that he wouldn't have hit me, so I could have regened my... Physically, if he had to guess, probably in his 20s somewhere. 20s or 30s. He was, like, young when they first made contact with the Covenant. And that's when the first Spartan dies, and the first contact with Covenant. But I don't remember how old he was. Because they were made to kill rebels. originally. God, they have so much health. Because Sergeant Johnson is also really quite old at this point. But again, a lot of it was spent in cryo sleep. Because he was at Contact Harvest. Which is when the UNSC at large had their first interaction with the Covenant. Just throw a grenade down there and hope for the best. I'm sure there's, like, detailed account of how old he actually is. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Oh, dang. Yeah. How are you behind me? This level's so hard. This is such a difficult level. No, I don't want that. I don't want the needler. Yeah, let's keep using a plasma pistol because it's been very useful. Oh, God. Yeah. Let me out. 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 No, you're joking. What the heck? What are you supposed to do? I do. Yeah, they are capable of feeling fear. It's not like it's cut out of them. They're capable of feeling human emotion. They're just very bad at processing it. And they are very good at keeping their cool. They've been raised since 6 to be very good at killing things. Spartans constantly feel emotions in the novels. Of course they do. They're the main characters. I know that in Warhammer they cut fear out of that's the big thing about Astartes, is they cut fear out of them. Space Marines don't feel fear, but Spartans do. Because they're more human than... Wow. That's an interesting glitch. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. What did I even get killed by there? I don't even know what ended up killing me. Like, what am I... I'm gonna get stuck in these hallways forever. Yeah, I love Jank so much. I can say it forever and ever. Jank is the best thing in the world. I'm just gonna keep going. I keep getting, like, distracted in that room.
Shuttle bay. We should be able to reach the control room from the 3rd level. He's delirious. In pain. We have to find him.
He's dead, Cortarda. Can I get across and just go up from there? That would be nice. I'd really rather not go down. Yeah, there we go. Yep. The thing about any character that doesn't have any health, why do the jetpacks in Reach but not here? Would be really helpful. Yeah, jetpacks would be pretty nice, huh? Armor abilities. I got a few of them. Yeah, I'm not excited for the Maw either. These last levels take so long. I should do an official death count. I feel like that would be pretty funny. Just to see how many times I die. Ah! Game is hard. Oh man, they just keep coming. Yep, let me take... Oh, dang, you are right on me, huh? Oh, I might go down. I'd really rather not die again. I feel like that would suck. Yeah, they just eviscerate my health bar. At least 3. Yeah, 3 health... Oh, health pack. 3 jetpacks would be useful in... If I could place them in any level, 1 would be in here. For sure. I would like one here. Assault in the control room would be a good place to have it. Oh, I meant deaths. Yeah, maybe a couple more than that. I'm not playing perfectly.
Captain, his vitals are fading. Please, Chief, hurry.
That's for sure. That's a lot of them. No. Oh man. And to think. Ois, ois, ois. I don't know why they always decide to end off a Halo game with the Flood. That's a lot of them. Okay. Flood in Halo 3 is intense. Yeah, I think they're the easiest Flood for me to face. Just because your melee actually does something. But the levels they appear in are quite difficult. Just due to the, like, shape design. Ah, you're joking. I totally thought I got him in that. And I have to go all the way back. Cool. They're being very mean to me. There's another death to add to the tally. I think it's still 3, though. What's after this game? Halo 2? Yep. I'm going to start playing Halo 2 probably next stream. I'm going to be done after the Maw for sure. I'm already a little bit tired, but I don't want to do a stream where it's just the Maw. So I'm going to finish it out. I don't think it would be a good idea to end Halo 1 and then start Halo 2 on the same stream either. So, I'm going to finish.
No human life signs detected. The captain, he's one of them.
Yes, he is.
We can't let the Flood get off this ring. You know what he'd expect. What he'd want us to do.
Yeah, so, I have a camera set up to capture... It's basically through face tracking software, through a a system called VC Face. So that's how she tracks me. It's basically because I wanted to have, like, kind of like a webcam system I wanted to have, but I also didn't necessarily want my name or face associated with what I'm trying to do here. So, and, you know, Harrison, my good friend, is quite the artist. So I asked him to help me make kind of like a mascot character, and he happily obliged. So this is the mascot of the channel, and also my face for now. So it's an interesting. If you ever come over, I can show you how it's set up, and we can play with it, because I think you'll find it fascinating. There's an Easter egg I wanted to show you, but right now I have to not die to the Spec Ops. They're making it very difficult though. Oh, I'm so stuck. Yeah, this sucks. Did he design it or did he give input? I gave a lot of input. I told him what I wanted to have, right? And we worked through the whole entire process of like working through making this character together. So I had the concept of the character and then the concept art. He was the one who brought that concept to life. Big stretchy. Yeah, this time the Spec Ops got destroyed by the flood, which I'm perfectly okay with. I'd much rather fight the flood than a bunch of Spec Ops elites. So, something that's kind of funny is that Captain Keyes has a pipe. Well, here it is. It's on one of the tendrils of the Proto Gravemind. The pipe itself also has the... Oh, I got an achievement for that. The pipe itself has a marathon symbol on it. Because Bungie's previous game was Marathon. And they love to reference it in this game. Yeah. Poor Captain Keyes' pipe. You know, so, speaking of Captain Keyes, and we were talking about Halsey earlier, you know Miranda Keyes from Halo 2? Wonder if the Flood has a nicotine addiction now? Absolutely. So, Miranda Keyes is the daughter of Captain Keyes and Catherine Halsey. That's who Miranda Keyes' mom is Halsey. She chose to take her dad's name over her mom's name because she follows his example more than she follows. Yeah, I did not know she was... Yeah, she is Halsey's daughter. But she isn't a fan of Halsey. Oh, dang it. But that means Miranda Keyes... Like, it's all just weird. It's all weird because, like... Chief, Halsey, Cortana, Miranda, and Captain Keyes are all related in some weird way. Yeah, most people aren't Halsey fans. Yeah, even her own kids. her own kid. She only has the one daughter. It sucks that Miranda dies in 3. There was a lot of deaths in 3 that were kind of like, okay. I'm sure there's a fall you can make here that will make this life so much easier. Yep. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. How is John related to them? Because he's like a Spartan too. That makes him like an adopted child of Halsey. Because he was the one that Halsey raised. To be a killing machine. But nonetheless raised. And the horse you rode in on. Marathon symbol. You can't escape it. It's always there.
This thing is falling apart.
It'll hold.
We're not gonna make it.
We'll make it.
Pull up! Pull up!
Nice.
You did that on purpose, didn't you?
Alright, here it is. The last level of the first Halo game. We're all the way back to the beginning.
Implants to initiate an overload of the ship's fusion engines. The explosion should damage enough systems below it to destroy the ring.
Oh, dang it. I'm already dead. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm invincible. Oh, I'm so dead. Oh, man. You can't play fast and loose in these levels. I want to run through them and enjoy them and play them, but no, the Flood doesn't let you play them. You have to die, my friend.
Should damage enough systems below it to destroy the ring.
Oh, man. Ah. Le Covenant. Okay, Sentinels. What else do I start with? Plasma Rifle? That absolutely makes sense. That I would start with a Plasma Rifle. It's a great weapon to start out with in this context. Does destroying one ring disrupt the others at all? So, the rings each have an area, like a sphere of influence that they're affecting, you know? So, destroying one ring stops it. I think Guilty Spark said Installation 04 has 150 light years of coverage. So, that 150 light years would not be covered by the ring now. But the thing is that the rings, if ever destroyed, are set to automatically be rebuilt on the Ark, which is what happens in Halo 3, where Installation 04 is being rebuilt, and you blow up the Ark with the half-built Installation 04. And that's what pisses Guilty Spark off enough to the point that he tries to kill you. Because this ring is mine. So much damage in this shotgun. So, the destroying one ring is an inconvenience to the others, I guess. Oh man, this sucks. I'm trying to jump my way out of their fire. Yeah, they give you a bunch of health packs. Why does the Flood not resurrect hunters? So hunters, these orange parts are worms. Hunters are supermassive sentient worm colonies. The Flood cannot infect them because they do not have a spinal column. It's a similar issue with actually jackals and grunts. Grunts have an outer shell skeleton. They're like, I don't know if they have an inner skeleton as well, but I do know that they have a like a cartilaginous shell. And jackals' bones are actually hollow. So I'm also a worm colony. Yes, you are safe. If the Flood don't have, basically, if the Flood don't have a powerful spinal structure to connect to, they can't realistically infect whatever they are attempting to infect. So that's why it focuses humans and elites, because those are largely just normal skeletal beings.
The bridge. We made it. Let's get to work.
That's why the Forerunners built all those mechanical constructs to face the Flood. Because mechanical constructs can't be infected in any way.
I need you to upload me into the control systems. The terminal is located next to the main view screen.
I kind of want a new plasma rifle, but I'm not seeing one.
I leave home for a few days and look what happens. This won't take long. There. That should give us enough time to make it to a lifeboat and put some distance between ourselves and Halo before the detonation.
I'm afraid that's out of the question, really.
Oh, hell.
Ridiculous! That you would imbue a warship's AI with such a wealth of knowledge? Weren't you worried it might be captured or destroyed?
He's in my data arrays, a local tab.
You can't imagine how exciting this is to have a record of all of our lost time. Human history, is it? Fascinating.
Why did we put all of human history in this ding-dang spaceship?
Oh, how I will enjoy every moment of its categorization. To think that you would destroy this installation as well as this record.
He has a marathon symbol in his eye, by the way.
Almost too shocked for words.
So, I don't know how many different marathon symbols we have found today,
Why do you
but there's another one.
You cannot win. Give us the construct, and I will endeavor to make your death relatively painless and
At least I still have control over the comm channels.
Where is he?
I'm detecting taps throughout the ship. Sentinels, most likely. As for the monitor, he's in engineering. He must be trying to take the core offline. Even if I could get the countdown restarted, I don't know what to do.
How much firepower would you need to crack one of
What is Marathon? Like, what's the game about? So, Marathon is Bungie's previous first-person shooter before Halo. To talk about what the game is about would take a very long time, and it would require someone who knows a lot more about it. I think I highly recommend watching Mandalore Gaming's reviews of the Marathon games. They're very entertaining, and he has a lot of knowledge about it now. So that's what I would recommend. Marathon is basically... So Bungie made a bunch of games before Halo. And Marathon is one of their most important in their early years. It's like... Not their yeah, there's more than one game. There's Marathon and then Marathon Durandal. I think there might be 3. Basically, it's about a cyborg super soldier taking on alien invaders, which might sound familiar, but Marathon is overtly, like, mythical. And one of the main enemies of the Marathon series is the AI Durandal. Yeah, it's just a very, 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 very interesting series. I recommend looking it up. I would... Yeah, I really suggest Mandalore Gaming's videos on it. Big fan of Mandalore Gaming. Very good reviews. I think he also has Gianni, I think his last name is Machigano. Might be mispronouncing and or misremembering that. But he has him voice Durandal, and he does a great job. It's very good videos. Oh, that was very nearly health damage. Bungie likes really, really weird mythical stories, and they have some interesting ones. Marathon, of course, is probably one of their most prominent, but they also have Myth, and they have Pathways into Darkness. The biggest thing to note is that everything is a Marathon reference to Bungie. Everything is a Marathon reference to Bungie, at least early classic Bungie. Everything led to Marathon. So that's why there's a ton of Marathon references in Halo. Even Pathways into Darkness, which came before Marathon, was subsumed into Marathon. I think you would really like to deep dive into that game, my friend. You would probably enjoy it quite a bit. It was I think it might have been Mac exclusive. Bungie used to be a Mac exclusive company. Did you know that? Pathways into Darkness, I'm pretty sure Marathon. Halo was supposed to be Mac exclusive. Steve Jobs was not happy when they switched over to exclusively making stuff for Microsoft, let me tell you that. It's crazy. Could you imagine if Halo was a Mac exclusive? It would have completely changed. Maybe nobody would have played this game. Because everybody would have to own a Macintosh. The Xbox probably would have died. Bethesda and ZeniMax would not have been a Microsoft exclusive company. Yeah, that's kind of crazy to think about. That's a completely different, like, alternate reality. Yes, I hate Mac. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Apple either. I know that there's things that Apple does really, really, really well. I'm just not a big fan of big tech companies right now. I don't think anybody should be. Okay. Yeah, I would run from that too. Oh, I whiffed everything. I'm so glad I had the overshield there. Nice. I could probably pretty easily do the glitch. Wow. Yeah, I'm heading to engineering. But I don't want to do... Well, let me see if I can... I'm not pulling it off correctly. I don't know the exact... You can do a glitch with the shotgun where you fire, reload, melee, fire, reload, melee. Or fire, melee, reload, fire... I don't know. But basically, it starts going faster and faster and faster and faster until the point you're basically firing it auto, but you're reloading a shell into it every time. But I'm really bad at it. So I can't pull it off. Ah! Well, that was just me being... Poor pathfinding. What? It's like almost 2 in the morning. The Warthog run's going to be a nightmare. I'm surprised I've gotten here this fast. I feel like Keys and library. It took me so long, and then I'm here already. Just ignore the little guys.
Good. Step 1 complete. We have a straight shot into the fusion reactor. We need a catalyst explosion to destabilize the magnetic containment field surrounding the fusion cells. Use an explosive. I recommend a grenade or rocket. If you run out of explosives, there is an armory station located near the engine room's entrance.
Oh, wow.
Analyzing. Fusion reactor number 1 destabilizing. Use
The
explosives on other
Sentinels
three
almost
reactors.
immediately just destroyed me.
To trigger a wildcat explosion of the engines.
But they know. They give you a ton of health packs here. Controls the third floor of the exhaust manifold. One of the best things the carrier forms do is kill other combat forms.
Construct possesses far too much data.
No. You're supposed to die. Thank you. One down.
The flood continued to multiply reclaimers.
Good stuff. I don't think I ever really run back to the armory, but I might do it this time just to see what's going on. A rocket might make my life easier, actually, because I don't need to wait, per se. I could just, yeah, look at this. That's good stuff. That's good stuff, my friends. Yep. PvE extra. I'm pretty sure you can find Marathon without it being on Mac in the modern day and age. Yeah, I'm wondering what that... Yeah, I don't know if the reboot's ever gonna come out, because I feel like Bungie's a dying company. Unfortunately, I don't think that our beloved Bungie is going to be living for much longer. I could just be a doomer, though. You never know. I remember when they announced that the extraction shooter, and I was like, oh man. It's PvE, you said? I thought it was a PvP extraction shooter, but if it's PvE, that's at least marginally better. Personal opinion. Yes, yeah, I actually mentioned him in the first stream that I did. I was mentioning the elite because he tries to do an ambush on John, and he gets stuck in a crate. He's actually going to appear. Oh, I didn't take fall damage because of that glitch. He's actually going to appear in this level. I'm excited. Yeah, that's I think that's really funny that you brought him up. I'll point him out when he supposedly arrives. I don't remember his name. Elites have a pretty interesting naming system. Okay, yeah, you can. I'm having trouble traversing areas of the map. Yeah, you can just be armless. That's fine. Sorry, it's PvP. Ugh, yeah. That's exactly what Marathon needed. A 20-year-old IP. That's what Marathon needed. Or no, like a 30-year-old IP or something like that. I don't know what I'm saying, like 20-year-old IP. It's ancient. It's not blowing up. "31 years old."
Fusion reactor to go.
That is an ancient IP, my friend. And, yeah, I just don't see how a PvP extraction shooter is the best way to... like... You know what I mean? It just doesn't... I don't think it's gonna do anything. And they're already, like, Destiny itself is doing kind of poorly right now. Like, Destiny has had rough times. This is true. Destiny has had rough moments. But it's not in a good place right now.
It's gone critical. Based on the current rate of decay, we should have 15 minutes to get off the ship. Don't have much
So...
Move outside and signal for evac. Accessing schematics. There's a service lift at the top of the...
That's available on Windows and iOS. Is that the original Marathon is available on... I think, yeah, I remember hearing that you could actually get it on... iOS. I think I remember hearing that. That is really funny, actually. That's pretty cool, though. How far we've come. But it's similar in style to like Doom and Wolfenstein, you know, first-person shooters of the era, that kind of boomer shooter. It doesn't break that mold. Pathways into Darkness is interesting because it's a dungeon crawling boomer shooter. All right, this elevator is where he is. This is the elite from the novel. What an ambush. Ah! No, he still got me! He wins! What a king! I shouldn't have said anything. He got me. Perfect. Oh, no. I deserved that. Yeah, I deserved that. Oh my gosh. That's what I get. That's hilarious. Oh my gosh. I wish I remembered his name. I need to reread. I need to read in general. I need to pick up a novel. I need to put pages in my hand. I need to smell dead trees. That's what I need to do. But I don't read. I don't read. The last book I read was The Bell Jar. Amazing novel. It put me in depression. I was like out of it for weeks. I don't read. Let's get out of here. Agreed, books are great. Books are pretty freaking awesome. I just, the dyslexia makes it hard. You know what I mean? I used to read all the time. Well, that was unfortunate. Good start. Good start. Good start. Oh my gosh. That was, I think, just a comedy of errors. I swear I've driven a Warthog before. I swear, at some point in my life, You know how 2 kilometers, like, how big 2 kilometers is? This ship is not 2 kilometers. Like, realistically, there's no way this ship is 2 kilometers. Also, what do these rooms provide? Like, I know realistically what they provide. They provide an awesome place to drive your cool car as it blows up. Like, that's what they do. But at the same time, realistically, what are the functions of these tunnels? Like, who would drive or walk these? No one. They're not made for humankind. Also, 2 kilometers only the midway point because you gotta go. You're trying to meet up with Foe Hammer. Hammer of Foes, who will sadly not survive this meetup. Spoilers. Driving's hard. I'm like focusing, which is why I've shut up, unfortunately. I don't want to flip over and die because it's not like you get a lot of checkpoints in this section. And I'm literally only a couple 100 meters out. I was thinking that I should read more classics, you know, classic literature. I should really snob it up and start going crazy for some Hemingway and stuff like that. I remember really enjoying Frankenstein when I... I remember really enjoying Frankenstein when I had to read it for class. But, like, that involves, you know, finding the books, purchasing the books, absorbing the books. It just, you know, that sounds like so much work. Classic lit? Oh! I guess we found it.
Wait, stop. This is where Foehammer is coming to...
A lot of people just end up driving through, but I think Foehammer's death does it. Like, what is this? What purpose is this on the ship? Where is this on the ship? I guess these are the 2 engines? Rip Echo 419.
She's gone. Calculating alternate escape route.
Huh. The subtitles are different than what she said there.
Fighter is still docked in Launch Bay 7. If we move now, we can make it.
Rip Echo 419. I don't know where you've been hiding for the last, like, 3.5 levels. Because I don't know if you saw the zombies, but they were really scary. Yeah, that's awesome. They're playing the Halo theme.
Chief, up ahead there's a gap in the trench. At top speed, we should be able to clear it.
Good stuff. They knew this was going to be so cool. Here we go.
That's the ship. Move! We need to get aboard now!
It'd be so sad if he just died here. Devs had a lot of fun here, I bet. I bet they had a great time designing this last part of the game.
We're cutting it close.
I had like over 1.5 minutes left. I'm pretty sure I had a good amount of time.
Here we go.
Good game. We beat it. So it's interesting because, like, the natural life cycle of the Flood form is the infection form into combat form into carrier form. As a combat form grows older, it will engorge and blow up and release more infection forms. So that's why those carrier forms are...
Shut them down. We'll need them later. Fancy a look?
It blew up the
Anyone
Halo
else
ring.
Scanning. Just dust and echoes. We're all that's left.
Yeah, it's a
We
good
did what we
cutscene.
had to do for Earth.
It's a
An
good
entire
cutscene.
Covenant armada obliterated, and the flood. We had no choice. Halo. It's finished.
No. I think we're just getting started.
He said the thing. Of course, everybody knows that when he takes off his helmet, there is just another helmet underneath. It's a very clever way to make that work, huh? Well, and I think that's that. Good stuff, everybody. Good job. The video game. Well, good night, everybody. I hope you had fun. That's the end of this video game. We'll get started on playing through 2 next. But until then, thanks for coming in and watching this one. Good night. Good night, everybody. Thanks for hanging around. Bye.